And today, we will be bringing another very special person. There is no other person than the CEO of His Majesty Global School. Basically, he had so much experience to himself. He has seen it all. And he's our African pride today. You are welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
Dr. Ojo Johnson is the CEO of His Majesty Global School. Can you please introduce yourself?
You have already told the people my name. I am Ojo Babajide Johnson. I am from Ekiti State. I did my postgraduate studies at University of Ibadan in educational management, and where the other ones were done at University of Ekiti. Others at TNG University, China, where I attended, a training in Chinese education and culture. I've been a teacher for a very long time before the federal government, decided to send us out for diplomatic duties. So, as of today, I'm a diplomat, and I'm currently based in Bamako, Mali, doing diplomacy. We cover the whole of Africa, and we go beyond. And this little token, the Majesty Global Schools, is just a way of giving back to the society, what the society has given to me. Thank you.
Now, we would like to know how it all started, about your career, how you got to be a diplomat. Because someone out there wants to be like you. Before we come to His Majesty Global School,
whatever you know how to do, be the master. In other words, be your best in whatever you are doing. It may take some time, but the eagle eye of, maybe the employers or the federal government will one day catch you where you are.
What is it that you're doing? Be the best in that thing. Coming down to the real thing, the CEO of His Majesty Global School. What informed His Majesty Global School?
Well, that's a very big question.
Why did you decided to be a CEO? And why did you wanted to have a school?
The vision came a very long time ago, when I was still a teacher. And by the way, maybe I should just let you know that I have taught virtually in every... I started as a nursery and primary school teacher. Went to the secondary school. Then I was employed as a lecturer in this National Institute of, National Teachers Institute, something where we teach people how to obtain this NCE thing. Then later entered into the university teaching system. And then, when I was taken as a diplomat, I actually wasn't, like you said, I'm no longer a teacher. Now I'm comfortable, so I think I can live my life. Take care of my children, let them get to whatever level they can get to in life. Any country where they are, I will go and probably, stay with them, and they can be taking care of me. But one early morning, the vision came back. Very, very clearly. So when I came out of the vision, I told my wife, this is what God is showing to me. My own younger sister also called from Nigeria and said, sir, this is what God is telling me. He said, I should tell you that you should start so and so. Then what is the name? I love singing. There is a particular song we sang in the choir then, the Majesty of God. And my my code, or let me just say my password, has always been Majesty, Majesty, Majesty. Okay. Something will come out of this Majesty. Number one, the Majesty of God. And then number two, myself being a prince from my own place. And so people refer to me as Kabiyesi. Kabiyesi means Majesty. So, why don't I build, my life along this line? Let people know me, along that line, as they have been referring to me. People call me Prince, people call me anything they want to call me. But the only thing I, want to know is the Majesty of God. So we now pick His. You will see it with a capital H. In other words, that is the Majesty of God. And anywhere the Majesty of God is, there is nothing like it. Well, then I made up my mind. We are going to establish a school. Others have been establishing primary school, but we are not going to join them in that. Let's start with this youth something, and to develop our youth so that they can have the best. Whatever I have seen in the world, let's come and replicate it here in Nigeria. Whatever I've seen in China, whatever I've seen anywhere, let's come and put it on something here in Nigeria. But we believe that very, very soon, whatever it is that people enjoy in UK, in America, or in China, or wherever people run to, we are going to start to enjoy it here in Nigeria as well. So that's my aim. So that, a lot of us here in Nigeria, we are qualified. We have the brain, we have everything, but we don't have the opportunity. It is not because the opportunities are not there. They are there, but we don't know. And that is why we decided to say, okay, our school should be a global school. Where our students here in Nigeria will be able to interact with other students all over the world. And by the grace of God, by next term, starting from January, the students will be sitting in front of their own little tablets. Because learning is it's more than knowing how to read and write. Learning is, getting for example, there are a lot of scholarships out there. If I ask my people, how many of you know about this? Nobody. So, by the time we start the e-learning thing, they will be, having access to all these things by themselves. I told the parents, like one parent came to me and I told him, I said, if your child has an admission to study either in Canada or in any other place, I hope you won't complain about money. If it will take you to sell your trouser, you'll go and sell it. I said, his trouser is too small. I'm just using that one as a kind of joke. I'm only trying to tell him that, there is out there, somebody told me when I was younger, he said, up there, the space is free. It is only down here that we are struggling. And I've seen that truly. And that is what we are trying to do. Bring the students out of, that's why we started from the village. Bring them out from the village. Let them come and compete with their types all over the world. And then from there we'll be able to know the brain that the little boy there in the village has is not different from the same brain another child has in China that is, that he is using to develop this thing. And that is just our aim.
Today we have a lot of private universities, private primary schools, private secondary schools. Quote and unquote, a chunk of graduates are still undergraduates, if I would say. How can the government partner with the private institutions, especially starting from the primary school, secondary education, and the tertiary education, to improve the standard of education in Nigeria.
If the government of Nigeria can do that, set up what we call, this control body, and let there be discipline. When I talk about discipline, I'm talking about, there is corruption in education now. Let there be, a strict monitoring. If there is no monitoring, everything will continue as it is. The problem we are having is people who are coming out to monitor, they have their own agenda as well. Usually when we have our meeting, anytime we are having our something, I would say, well, they know me for that, hidden agenda. I would say, just like we have an agenda here now, the people that are coming, they have their own hidden agenda. That hidden agenda should be killed. If it is not killed, it is going to become the agenda that the people are coming to pursue, and that is the agenda of money. You get there, you know what they are doing is not right. Just take a little money from them, you close your eyes, sign their paper. The graduates are okay, but they are not. Sometimes when I was a teacher, I have been able to work with some of these, graduates from some of the even renowned, private universities, and I see how they perform. They perform below whatever it is. But let there be that check for quality, the quality control thing. Once the quality control system is there, and the people who are there, they are not compromising. I'm so happy. The present executive secretary of NUC, I've heard so much about him. When he was appointed, maybe the president is bringing a Muslim again. But by the time we start to see the antecedent of this man, we know, forget about religion now, and let's see what this man will do. And he's already starting it. If he can be found, I think things will be better. What I would just tell the young generation is to be focused. So, except we have that thinking, redefining our focus, Nigeria may be, the future may be a bit cloudy. But if our younger people, the younger generation, because I'm just looking at it in 20 years' time, where am I going to be in 20 years?
I want you to say something on this because it's already on a public debate. In the outside world, when you go to the US, when you go to the UK, when you go to Holland, when you talk about entrepreneurship, there is this emphasis on informal education. Today, in Africa, when you talk about entrepreneurship, there's this emphasis on formal education. Over there, they believe that the greatest people they've ever had in their time, even that will also rule their generation, have always had informal education. Is it that they are dropouts and they are ruling their generation? Here we believe, before you can be there, you must have this formal education. What can you say? Just in brief, what can you say about this?
The certificate in your hand does not define you. What defines you, what will define you is inside of you. If you allow the man inside of you to die, then you are dead. So, I will want to advise or admonish our younger generation or our people that the man inside of you, speak to that man. Let that man tell you what he actually wanted you to be, and go on it. You will get to where you are going.
Thank you very much. This is where we'll be calling it a day. Have you ever discovered whom you really are? If you want to rule your generation, you must hold on to whom you are. Remember, it is not the certificate that you gather that determine what you become in life, but the decision you make today determines what your future will be. If you want to be the African that we will be celebrating someday, you must decide today. Thank you and God bless you.